Mexico Memorial Airport. Automated weather observation. 1656 Zulu. Weather. Wind 030 at 7. Visibility 1000. Scattered. Temperature 24 Celsius. Dew point 20. Altimeter 2. Remarks. Density altitude 2100.
Mexico Memorial traffic, Super 701, is back taxiing on runway 36. Hey guys, it's John, the Super 701. Look who I've got with me today, Sebastien with Zenith Aircraft.
I was going to say the other way around. Look who I've got with me, and I'm in a unique airplane, which is the Super 701. I've actually been in this airplane before, but we're here in Mexico, Missouri, with John, and we're gonna go flying and talk a little bit about what this is all about, why we're doing this.
Well, yeah, well, I'm here.
Traffic 2000, Alpha, clear the active runway. Mexico traffic.
Mexico traffic, Super 701's departing runway 36, Mexico.
And it's a beautiful day out here.
It is. Looks like the wind's almost straight down the runway.
Yeah.
Are you good?
Mm-hmm. All good.
No real steep climb outs?
Don't need to. We got lots of runway. You're holding your brakes. So
I do. It's habit.
Yeah. Yeah, this airplane just jumps off the ground. Amazing. You know, it makes our short takeoffs look kind of long in comparison, but like you say, for you, home is a 300-foot grass strip, isn't it?
Yeah, and I do normally climb out pretty steep to get around trees and stuff, so I'm probably a little steeper than most people generally like, but it becomes habit over time.
Yeah. Well, you know, that's why we always say, you know, the normal takeoff in these STOL airplanes is a short takeoff because, you know, because if you're staying on the ground, you have to force the airplane to stay on the ground. If you put throttle, I mean, you pull back, you're airborne.
Exactly. It wants to fly. I tell people that all the time. This airplane just wants to fly.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, what a gorgeous day to be flying out here. Got a little bit of cloud cover, but it's certainly broken. So what day are we? We are June 7th, I believe.
7th, Tuesday?
That's right? Yep. And so, John, you kind of, well, you didn't surprise us, but you just showed up yesterday afternoon. You flew in all the way from Eastern Tennessee, from your home.
Tennessee, about 5.5 hours yesterday.
Right, and so tell me why are you here? I can tell you, but for the benefit of everybody else out here, why are you here?
So some of you that watch my channel may have noticed I put out a video a while back with the video resume. Been talking with Sebastien and Zenith for actually quite a while now. And I am here to join the Zenith team and be on full time.
Right, yeah, so we're super excited about that. You know, like you say, you put out that video and we'd already been kind of talking and stuff, and when we saw that video we say, whoa, what's John trying to tell us? But then we also watched the video ourselves, and I passed it around with my brothers and stuff, and then, you know, their first reaction is, so, you know, it was, when's John starting? Because, you know, they loved your video resume, and I'll link to it because it's kind of neat.
I appreciate it.
Because, you know, you've got bragging rights, both with what you've done with this airplane, but also with what you've done in other areas of your life. So.
Yeah, I hope it wasn't too braggy, but it's a resume, and you can maybe learn a little more of my background and what got me to here.
Absolutely. And so, yeah, you know, at Zenith, we're super excited to bring you on board because I think you've got the skills that you can really complement what we're doing. You know, you're not replacing anybody, but you're really adding to what we're doing. You know, we continue to grow at Zenith, and we need good people to help us grow, and namely, you know, working with customers, building airplanes, and working with customers. So,
right. I look forward to working with customers and the whole crew. The Zenith, from what I've seen, and I believe I'm right, the Zenith just really seems like a family. So
right.
I think I'm looking forward to it too. It's going to be really enjoyable.
Absolutely, and we look equally on our side, look forward to it, and I'm excited because again, I think you've got some great skills that you can add to our team. You know, we'll have you working on our 701 new project, which is, you know, the final whole-size match drill kit. You know, and that's something we've been working on and talking about for a little while, but it's been kind of slower on our side because we've just been so busy with just taking care of day-to-day business. Our order book is looking really good, and that's where we need to bring in, you know, some outside help a little bit just to not only keep up, but to work on these new projects, finding the time and the ability to do that. You know, being one of our customers at one point, you also have the skills and the experience to do that, and so I think you'll be able to add a lot of that. And you know, being you know, having a farming background and so forth, you've got a good head on your shoulders, a lot of good common sense, which we've always said that's your main skill that you need to build one of these airplanes.
It is, and a lot of that common sense is, I mean, common sense is learned, so you'll learn as you build. But hopefully I can help that process some, just from previous experience and being in the shoes that a lot of the folks are in building.
Absolutely. So yeah, we definitely look forward to that. Again, lots of work that we can do here at Zenith, adding to our capabilities. So I think our customers will see the benefit of that very shortly, and so we look forward to seeing that.
Absolutely. I hope to add to the team, do some flying, the shows and stuff. Hopefully I'll be more at a Zenith capacity at Oshkosh, Sun and Fun, that kind of stuff.
Absolutely, so, yeah. You know, and I know I was looking at your Facebook page. You know, you already had yourself as a Zenith ambassador, which, quite frankly, you've been doing that for the last year or two, I think, at least. And you know, and I know some of you won't be that familiar with Jon, but Jon's been flying, and his Super 701, which is basically a stock 701 with a big engine. It's got the UL 350 IS engine, you know, 130 horse, which is a lot of power for a 701, but you can really see the amazing short takeoff landing performance from that.
So a lightweight engine and plenty of power, but it is a totally stock airfoil, so there's nothing really done at all as far as performance. And it's, as I've said in videos before, it's heavily built. You know, I didn't build it for the competition stuff, but it just seems to work well.
And you know, that's something we're doing in the background at Zenith. We're always doing things differently, trying to make things easier to build for customers. And a lot of it you won't read about it necessarily, but it's just work that's being done behind the scenes all the time to make our kids quicker and easier to build. Because at the end of the day, that's what we try to do. That's what we strive to do.
Just to brag on Sebastien, I've been to the Zenith factory quite a few times, and I said it's like a family. It's incredible to watch the people work because they're always busy. There's always stuff happening that you probably don't get to see behind the scenes.
Right.
It's amazing what all is really going on there. So I'm looking forward to that, into it, learning it, and then hopefully making a progress to being a benefit to the whole team.
Oh yeah, well I don't think that'll be too hard for you to do that. So they'll definitely look forward to that. And we've got a few activities coming up. We've got the June Fly in the Summer event, and you'll be there, of course, and you'll have your Super 701. So we'll be able to meet with customers and talk more about building and flying. And
absolutely, may do a little bit of demos if time allows. And
absolutely,
plan on having my Super 701 here probably until after. Well, actually, probably for Oshkosh for sure.
That's right.
Oshkosh, and then I'll have it back here probably until after the homecoming in September.
And the plan is you're going to be in the ultralight area or at Oshkosh with the 701, correct?
Yep. We have a booth there close to the field, so I'll still be there in the ultralight field, probably flying a little bit too.
Yeah, that'd be great. Look forward to seeing that. So you'll be at the Zenith booth, but also in the ultralight area.
Right,
so
I'll be back and forth at Oshkosh.
So all of you guys out there, come out and say hi to Jon. Welcome him to our team, and hopefully we'll be hearing a lot more about various activities. I know one area that we look forward to having Jon on board. We'll be working together with Roger to support our customers, developing support materials, whether it's how-to videos on the construction side, as well as on the flying side. I think there's a lot to be learned by everybody out there. And what's great about you is you're not only skilled at it, but you still have fun doing this.
I still have fun doing it. And I hope I have some stuff to offer as far as flying, building tips, but you know, I've first to admit, I've got a lot to learn too.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm still learning the airplane even after 700 hours. So
absolutely,
it's a fun little plane, but yep.
Good.
I enjoy the company. Everybody that watches my videos and talks to me about the planes, when you come see me at shows or whatever, I think they can see the passion. I'm passionate about the plane and the Zenith company as a brand. It's really incredible. So I'm looking forward to it. See, in 2016, I bought my 701 kit, started building on it, finished it in 2018, and you know, I tell people I just built it to fly around the farm, the fun flying, and really didn't expect to do any of this cross-country stuff, maybe just a weekend trip or something like that, but it turned into flying cross-country and meeting and greeting and hanging out with really cool people. And of course it progressed.
But you fly cross country for a purpose, but besides just meeting people, it's to go to these STOL competitions, isn't
STOL
it?
Competitions, yeah.
So you're taking a relatively STOL airplane, the STOL 701, and you're going cross country, which is not really what the STOL 701 was intended to do. But again, with the good engine and stuff, you can actually go.
Totally capable.
You've proven it to be a very good little cross country machine. And then once you get there, you actually compete in these STOL competitions, and you've done extremely well.
It's very respectable for a stock airplane that's competing against some highly modified stuff with a lot of power. So it's.
Well, I like to brag on you a little bit because in what was it, December down in Florida, you won the national STOL, and not just won the class, but won the overall. You were the overall winner, and that's again, you're competing with specialty, purpose-built, very expensive STOL airplane, and here you are in your little 701 and winning it. So again, congratulations on that. That's a real accomplishment, and that in an airplane that you flew 5 hours to get to. And,
I flew straight through down there, so that was a pretty good trip in itself.
So,
but I'm just having fun with it. All these competitions for me, it's been for fun, and I've just absolutely had a blast. It's fun to fly. I got my little horn. I don't know if we can hear it through the
well, I could hear it and feel it.
Right. So I have so much fun, just around home and around shows and whatever. I guess it's kind of my thing with the horn, but definitely enjoy the whole aspect of the Zenith and the STOL flying.
Right. Well, and that's why I think you're going to be such a great match in it, because you not only are you skilled, but you're enjoying it and having fun. And I know you love to meet with customers. You love to with flyers and pilots and builders as well. And now you're also working on a couple additional Zenith projects in addition to this, and in addition to the job at Zenith now, right?
Yep. So I'm building the Super Duty, and I'm also building well, some of you have seen that too, the highly modified single-seat 701. Hopefully it'll be even more catered toward these competitions.
Right,
so.
and that's a purpose-built STOL competitor, that airplane, right? Obviously, being single-seater, it's going to have limited enjoyment, if you will. You can't take your daughter or your wife flying with you.
Very limited capacity. Yep.
And that's where the Super Duty came in too. Is you do have a daughter and a wife, so being able to all three of you going together.
Right. All three of us go together, or be able to haul more camping type gear when I do go to some of these remote places. I think the capability be really nice. It'll be a nice fit.
Yeah. That's wonderful. And so, tell me, as both a builder and a flyer, what do you have more fun doing, when you're building or when you're in the air flying?
I enjoy both, but hands down, it's flying. I love.
I was going to say, as I was asking the question, I think I knew the answer to that.
There's just zero doubt. This is my get away from it all. You can just get up and enjoy and fly low and slow and see the scenery and burn 3 or 4 gallons per hour. You just can't do that in hardly any other airplane. So it fits the ticket for what I like to do a lot.
And with these bubble doors like that, windows, we can both be looking straight down.
Straight down without banging your head on the window.
Kind of really neat, isn't it?
Yeah, everyone I give rides to, especially the guys that come from the tandem seats, when they get in this and they see the incredible visibility, that's one of the first feedback comments I get is, wow, this is amazing.
Yeah, I always love taking non-pilots up flying for the first time, because they didn't realize, they're used to, flying, it's either a little airliner window or, a Cessna type window from the back especially, and You're not used to being able to see all the way around and seeing straight down. It's amazing.
Exactly, yep.
Yeah, and that's really what we try to do with all our airplanes, is to make them enjoyable, because it's for recreation, you know, so we're flying for the enjoyment of it. And that's where you don't need to go very fast, because you're already where you want to be, you know.
Exactly, yeah. Some people fly for the flight, some people fly for the destination, and I'm one that flies for the flight. I like to get up here and just fly.
And like you've shown, you can actually get to faraway destinations. Yep. It's just going to take you longer, but if you're enjoying it, you really don't mind that extra enjoyment, so to speak.
Yeah, you know, it is fun. There's a lot of different scenery just in I want to say from the Midwest to the Eastern U.S. that when you're at a low level, slow and slow, it's really incredible.
Well, like Roger and I always say at the end of our videos, is let's get back to work. So, you know, and now that you're a part of our team, we're going to put you to work. So let's get back to work.
We better get back to work. Right? We've got the airport right over here to the right, so we will head back in and get to work.
We could be doing all this all day long and chatting about flying and building all day long.
We could have a 2-hour video, couldn't we?
Yeah. Now tell me, well, as you're coming back in, a little bit about this airplane and the configuration, what you have on the panel, what the engine prop combination.
I'm still testing some Duke props. Right now I have the Duke Flash prop on it, UL Power 350 IS. It's 130 horse UL Power. I'm running the GRT avionics. I know Donon and Garmin, a lot of them have, you know, a lot of them are really similar, but I do have the full glass, so. And I have a switchless setup. I call it a switchless panel. It's all my very necessary switches are kind of hidden behind the door, my startup switches and shutdown switches. I mean, like I said, I really just built this to fly around the farm and be able to haul an extra person and sightsee there local, and it just turned into so much more.
Yeah.
Capable.
It's great to see that, and because I know, you know, when my dad, Chris Heintz, you know, he designed the airplane, he didn't envision people to be going thousands of miles with them. He didn't envision people to be, you know, competing in STOL competitions. You know, it was basically, especially the 701 was kind of a what he called a modern ultralight, in the sense it was very lightweight, but it, you know, cross country capability wasn't really a goal for the airplane at the time. And you know, barely putting doors on, 2-cycle Rotax and things like that. And now it's really evolved into a very useful little machine. And it's wonderful to see, not just here in North America, but around the world, how the 701s are being used. And then, of course, the 750 is just a, you know, a little bit larger version of the 701, truly the same airplane. And, you know, it's grown as well into the Super Duty and different variations of it.
They've proven to be capable over and over again, just all over the world. Yeah,
absolutely.
Mexico Memorial, Super 701, left downwind for runway 36, Mexico. I know people, this is part of my flying style. I'm bad to drag it in. I'm not one to have a really stabilized approach. I kind of drag it and then set it when it gets to there.
And that's kind of dictated by, you know, your home field like that. You've got a very short strip on the farm like that, and
it is. Mine is one way with trees, so it's one of those deals. If you have a stabilized approach and you get a wind gust and you're down low enough, there's no go around. So I guess that's one of my thoughts is if I'm dragging it in, I'm close to the ground, all I have to do is pull the power and I can get it down regardless of what the winds are doing.
Yeah, that's the thing. You know, everybody operates in a slightly different environment and find different techniques that works well for us. And yeah, it's definitely a different approach than Roger typically does, because he comes in high and comes in does a steeper approach.
And I need to learn to do that. I need to get outside my realm of the way I fly at home, because the way Roger does it is, for this kind of airport, is obviously safer because you have more time to get over to somewhere to land if you had trouble.
Yeah, well, and that's part of being a pilot, is always learning something new, you know, and and also knowing that we can learn something new, and I think that becomes part of the enjoyment, is learning new skills new techniques, and that's where it's wonderful to see, you know, new pilots getting involved in STOL flying. And it's not so much to win competitions, but it's just becoming better pilots and understanding and knowing the airplanes better.
Just being involved and actually getting to learn it. Yep.
Especially with these STOL type airplanes, you can fly it safely right down to your stall speed.
Yes, very much
and,
so.
So you learn to do that. You know, of course, if you're a Cessna pilot, you're taught to stay above, you know, 30% above stall speed and so forth. But with these STOL airplanes, you can really fly them well.
You can really push the envelope with practice. Let me emphasize that, with practice,
absolutely.
Yep.
Because here,
Memorial, Super 701, short final, runway 36, Mexico. Sorry.
No problem at all. Here, really starting to slow it down.
Yeah, we're about to come under 60. I'm just now about to start putting in some flaps.
And you really get this airplane slowed down.
Yeah, at least when you put in the full flapper-ons, it's like hitting the air brake. This thing really slows down. Totally depends on power to keep it floating then.
And then it gives you the ability to really drop it in very precise areas.
Yes, it does.
Nicely done.
I'm actually going to float it on down here so we don't have hardly as much runway time.
That's another thing that, as a STOL pilot, you end up doing, because these runways are awfully long for STOL airplanes, so you just slow it down and fly it till you need to land it.
That's right.
There you go.
A little bumpy.
I think we landed 3 times there.
That counts, right? A little gusty, but not too bad.
Yeah.
The other advantage of these planes is they are so light, you can almost make the turns with them with the front tire in the air.
This flight was a lot of fun, and again, I hope everybody can join me in welcoming John to our team.
I appreciate it. I look forward to seeing you guys at all the fly-ins and talking to you, getting to know the customers and the company better. So I appreciate it. It's going to be fun.